I'm Jane Monzuris along with Julie Faye-Fan-Balzer, and today we are talking about the SDX125e ScanNCut DX. Now, Julie, this cutting machine really gives you the freedom to be so creative with all of your craft projects.
Absolutely. The ScanNCut has made my life so easy, and let me just show you how easy it is to use.
Yes.
So from the built-in designs, now
and there's hundreds of them.
There are. You don't need a computer, you don't need internet. You can use it with a computer, you can use it with internet, but you can click through any of these covers and find lots of different designs. So I'm going to pick the star right here. I can make it as big or as small as I want. Once I've chosen it, I can just say okay, and everything works on this nice big LCD touchscreen
nice
that you
and
can
easy
see
to
right here. Very easy. If you can use a smartphone or anything else with a touchscreen, you already know how to use a ScanNCut. Then my favorite part of the auto blade is all I have to do is ask the machine to cut. I am using the thin fabric auto blade because that's what I have here on a mat that has a high-tack fabric support sheet.
And we're cutting fabric right here.
And we're cutting fabric.
So this is really good to know, because if you want to make an embellishment or if you're a quilter, then you could cut your fabric.
Oh yeah, it's a great machine for quilters, but even for people who aren't very experienced with fabric, you want to put on some cute elbow patches or knee patches or embellish something with high school letters or anything like that. It's easy to do, and you can see it's fast and quiet.
Just that fast.
And you can see when you pull the fabric away, just like that, there is your perfect fabric applique. Isn't that awesome?
It's so great. And to be able to cut through fabric that easily, I mean, if you want to add texture to your projects.
Yeah, but it's not just fabric. And this is one of the things that is so fantastic about the ScanNCut DX is the auto blade, because look at this really thick felt.
That is really thick felt.
It is really thick. So I'm going to be able to now put this in. And the only thing I have to think about is that I'm changing from the thin fabric auto blade to the regular auto blade.
But otherwise, it's going to sense the thickness of the fabric and be able to cut through it.
And not only that, this machine has a scanner inside. And what that scanner is going to allow me to do is scan this in so that I can see it on the screen and perfectly place my cut file, which means you don't have wasted materials. You're really maximizing what you have. And not only that, but you can fussy cut things, because imagine if this were something that were patterned, you could place that cut exactly where you wanted it to be.
Right over that piece of the pattern that you want to get right for that cutout.
And this will work all the way up to 3 millimeters. Now you'll notice that with a thicker material like this, we have taped it down on all 4 edges just to make sure that everything stays there.
Right, so just
but
make sure
I
there's
can
no
see it
fail.
on the screen, and I can drag my star so that it fits perfectly in there. Then I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to choose the exact same cut I did before. And what will happen is the auto blade is first going to test where the mat is, and you'll see it come across and go down. That's the mat. Now it's testing the material to see how thick it is. And then it's going to go around however many times it needs to, depending on the thickness. So a thinner material like this fabric we cut, it only went around once. A thicker material like the felt, you'll see it will go around multiple times.
So it's thinking, it's sensing how thick that fabric is or that material is. And it cuts up to 3 millimeters with thickness.
Yes, it will. So most materials up to 3 millimeters, which is pretty amazing. So you're talking about leather and chipboard, and wood veneer, and delicate materials like vinyl and other things too, which is really great.
I mean, it really can cut through virtually any thickness to 3 millimeters.
Exactly. And now I can just go ahead and pull out my star here. Let's get that guy popped out. Just
look
like
at that.
It's the exact same star, just super duper thick, but it's not just cutting that the ScanNCut can do. There is embossing, there is drawing, there is foiling, and I'm going to show you right now how the drawing works. It's super duper easy. So again, we're going to use one of the built-in designs in the machine.
And we're using a second machine. They're both the same machine. We're just moved over here so we can maximize so many demos in this conversation.
So I'm going to use a universal pen holder, which allows me to use most pens from my craft room. And what I can do is just drop it into here, close it up, and where you normally would put the blade, instead, I'm going to go ahead and put the pen holder. Now that the pen holder's in, I can say set. And I can drag my file where I want it to be, and where previously we have chosen cut, instead I'm going to choose draw, press start, and I'm going to walk away from this, because you don't need to watch your ScanNCut.
Because you know it's going to happen.
Work, exactly, it's going to work for you in the background.
So Julie, let me ask you this. This is really the newest technology in cutting machines. Is there a learning curve?
So here's what I'd say, which is I think that there is a slight learning curve in terms of you have to be willing to open it up and try.
Right.
It's not going to do
Press
it by
all the
itself.
buttons.
Press all the buttons, explore it for yourself. And the other thing is there is a project that comes in the box for you. You even get a piece of paper. So you can go ahead and make that very first project and you will be off and running without even thinking about it. So right now what I'm doing is remember how we did a background scan?
Yes.
So this is another kind of scan. This scan is we're gonna actually be able to directly cut out these letters, which is kind of cool, right?
So cool, because we have a lot of cardstock at home, and if there's
We
like a specific
do.
design or a letter, in this case, we want to be able to cut it out and use it.
Or fabric, or a stamp design that you don't want to cut by hand, or look at our drawing, which is done now.
The
and
drawing is perfection.
You could cut around that
Yeah.
too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my ABC right there. And once I can see that those are gonna come out, I'm gonna hit preview. Now you can customize by adding a margin if you want and all sorts of other ways, or you can just go ahead and cut it out exactly as it is. So I'm going to choose cut. And I haven't touched the blade since we cut that felt, and I don't need to because that auto blade, again, is gonna do that testing so it knows exactly how deep to go, and it's gonna go ahead and cut those letters out for me.
I mean, and this is genius because you don't have to worry if it's going to cut out. You know, whatever thickness is happening, it's going to make it happen.
You can feel totally calm about what you're doing and not be concerned that something is happening that you don't want to. And that's true even when you're cutting something like vinyl. Now vinyl, you always want to cut with something that's known as a kiss cut. So let me go ahead and grab this out of here to show you how this cut
perfectly. Look at that.
I know.
And I love this too example with the alphabet because we always want to monogram something. We always want to write something. So now you can do anything
now
you want.
I know my ABCs.
Now you do.
Right? It's perfect. And I love that. And that piece of paper is usable so many more times over as
Save
well.
your scraps.
Exactly. So what I can do now with vinyl is I want to do something that's known as a half cut. So in order to do a half cut, let me go ahead and just grab another file from here. Let's go ahead and choose a snowflake.
And you're doing the half cut because the vinyl has a sticky back, right?
Yeah, so the vinyl is, think of it like a sticker on a backing, and I want to cut through the sticker, but I don't want to cut through the backing. So now when I go ahead and I choose in the settings the half cut, what I'm doing is I'm telling the machine when you test the depth, all I want you to do is I want you to go through half of it, not the whole way.
And the machine can tell when it's going through half of it.
Exactly. It's that sensitive. So we've been working with files that are built into the machine. I've shown you how you can directly cut things out, but I also want to talk about Canvas Workspace, which has a huge number of projects for you. And one of the exciting things that you're getting in this bundle is actually access not only to all of the free projects that are here in Canvas Workspace, but also several pattern collections. You're getting, for instance, the greeting card pattern collection, which is full of so many different designs. There are boxes and little houses and unusually shaped cards. I know,
so
perfect
cute.
for Father's Day.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be really cute? You also are getting the flowers and Valentine's pattern collection. And again, these are layered multi-part files that you can use for many, many different purposes. And then finally, you are getting the birthday pattern collection.
Everybody has a birthday.
Everybody has a birthday.
And we should be sending
want
cards.
a handmade card for you.
Yes, absolutely.
100%. So let me show you how this kiss cut worked. I'm going to use a weeding tool here, and I'm going to pull away the part of the vinyl that we did not cut. And can you see how magically that comes right off?
And it's still on that backing.
Yeah, and I can now just go ahead and pull out all of the tiny parts. Can you see how cool that is? So now this snowflake is basically a giant sticker. You could put it on a window, on a wall, on your wine glass, onto a
coffee
pencil case,
mug.
a coffee mug, anything like that. Super duper easy. And of course, as soon as you're done, you can put your hook tool away into the storage.
And who doesn't want extra storage? It's so great.
I know, and don't forget about that accessory card.
And this is the 3 collections, is that right?
It is. It's more than a $70 value.
And that's fantastic. So you're getting all those collections along with this fantastic ScanNCut DX and the storage.
I know, I love it. It really has made my crafting life so simple, so fun, and frankly, it makes me look good, better than I am.
I mean, it's fantastic, especially when you really get in there and you make something, and then you give it as a gift, you keep it for the family. Maybe you're updating a pillow. You can do that every season.
Yeah, and think about all the things you can make. You can embellish clothing, you can make all sorts of home decor, fabric crafts, paper crafts, leather crafts. I mean, so many possibilities, even fine art applications.
Okay, so let's recap everything you get with the ScanNCut DX.
So of course, you get the fantastic ScanNCut DX with your built-in scanner and all those designs. You're gonna get your auto blade and auto blade holder. You'll get your stylus. And also here in the storage, you can see I have the spatula tool that you'll be getting, the pen holder, and you are going to be getting a black pen with that. And then of course, you're going to be getting the accessory card for those 3 collections of cut designs.
And we get a 12 by 12 mat as well.
You do, you get a standard mat so that you can cut all your projects.
That is fantastic. And also, we cannot forget to mention this roll feeder. This is an optional accessory.
It is, and it allows you to cut up to 6 feet of continuous vinyl. That's about 72 inches, and it's pretty impressive.
To do all of your big projects.
Exactly.
No, this is really super cool.
It is. So it's really like home decor, fashion, school projects, church projects. Whether you're a person who likes to make fine art projects or something super crafty, it doesn't matter. The ScanNCut can help you do what you want.
Yeah, something for the Little League team or the family reunion. It really, really can help you out. Just a little imagination and you get it done. And what I always like to say, when you make it yourself, it's that sense of satisfaction is what you get from it.
It is. It's really special.
I love it. Julie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more information on the SDX125e ScanNCut DX, just head to ScanNCut.com.